You know the feeling all too well. Month-end close, right? It's usually a chaotic scramble. Well, today, we're going to dig into how SAP's group reporting tool is designed to tame that chaos and bring a nice, structured, predictable rhythm to your group consolidation. Does this slide maybe hit a little too close to home? You know the drill. The endless spreadsheets, the frantic emails, constantly chasing down data from every single corner of the business. For so many large companies, month-end consolidation isn't some smooth, elegant process. It's a mad dash that feels completely out of control. Look, if you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely not alone. But what if that whole tangled mess could actually be straightened out? The good news is, it absolutely can be. So let's break down how SAP Group Reporting takes that chaotic sprint and turns it into a predictable, streamlined workflow. Okay, so the heart of this entire solution is what SAP calls the Group Reporting Monitors. The best way to think about these is like your mission control center. This is the central hub for every single thing related to your financial close. And the whole idea here is to create a one-stop shop. So instead of jumping between a bunch of different systems and tools, the monitors give you a single unified launchpad for the whole team. And this is so important because it forces everyone to follow the same steps in the correct order. That's how you build a consistent and logical sequence that actually guarantees your data is solid. Now, this mission control is smartly split into two very distinct phases. First up, you've got the data monitor. This is all about phase one, data prep. Think of it like getting all of your ingredients measured and ready before you start cooking. Only when that's done, and done right, do you move on to phase two, where you use the consolidation monitor to do the actual group-level consolidation. Let's look at what each one does. The data monitor is basically your quality control gatekeeper. All of its tasks are focused on one thing, getting the raw ingredients right. It pulls in data from all your different business units and then runs a bunch of validations to catch errors super early. I mean, imagine catching a currency mismatch or a bad mapping from a subsidiary before it gets baked into your final group numbers. The bottom line is, nothing moves on until the data is clean.
So once your data is all prepped and validated, it's time for the consolidation monitor to step in. This is where the magic of consolidation really happens. It does all the heavy lifting, things like intercompany eliminations, figuring out ownership shares, consolidating investments, all the stuff you need to do to produce that final, unified group financial statement. But hold on, before you even touch one of the monitors, there's a simple but incredibly powerful step that acts as a massive shortcut, saving you a ton of time, and it's called setting your global parameters. The idea behind global parameters is just beautifully simple. Set your context one time and then use it everywhere. So instead of you or your team manually typing in the same info again and again in different reports and monitors, you just define it once. Then everything else, the monitors, the reports, they automatically inherit those settings. This is just a huge win for cutting down on manual work and making sure everyone is looking at the exact same slice of data. And you only need to set 3 required parameters. Really, it's like answering 3 simple questions. First, the version. What kind of data are we looking at? Is it our actuals, a budget, or maybe a forecast? Second, the fiscal year and period. When are we closing for? And third, the consolidation chart of accounts. What's the financial rulebook we're all playing by? You set those 3 things, and you are ready to roll. So when you start to put all these pieces together, the parameters, the 2 monitors, you can really see a clear transformation taking shape. You're literally moving from a reactive, chaotic process to a proactive, controlled, and predictable workflow. The whole streamlined workflow just falls into this clean, logical sequence. You kick things off by setting your global parameters. That defines the what, when, and how for your close. With that context locked in, you move to the data monitor to make sure every single piece of input data is clean and correct. And only then, once you have a data foundation you can trust, do you move to the consolidation monitor to run the final group-level tasks. It's a simple, repeatable path from A to B. And the result of this whole structured approach? It's exactly what every finance leader is looking for. A financial close that's logical, consistent, and, most importantly, reliable. You can actually trust the numbers because you trust the process that got you there. It just gets rid of the guesswork and that last-minute panic. So this really leaves us with one last question for you to think about. When it comes to your own organization's month end, is it a frantic, exhausting sprint to the finish line every single time? Or is it a well-defined, repeatable system that gives you predictable results? The tools are out there to make it a system. The choice really is yours.
Welcome.